What is going on, YouTube? It is Primitive here, and today I'm going to be bringing you another locals match, and today is going to be between myself on the right. I'm going to be playing GrandisKuwagamon, and on the left we're going to be having Dragon Linkz, a deck that not really anybody out in my area outside of my opponent that I'm playing right now plays this deck, so I don't really have much opportunity to get some coverage of this deck, so I wanted to capitalize on it and try to get some more matches of the deck for you all here on the channel. So I will be starting off the set and just starting off with the green memory boost to be able to search out, and I got the rookie in the back, but not able to go for the 1 to Digivolve champion and choke my opponent at 1, which is what GrandisKuwagamon really likes to do a lot of the times on the first turn. But I'm going to promote up, and I'm thinking about swinging. I do decide to swing. It was a hesitation because if I swing I won't have a green source, and I was thinking about playing another green option card, but decide that I can just go for that GrandisKuwagamon X. It'll get me some more draw, and I can search out the GrandisKuwagamon, so trying to just find out all those pieces that I do need for my stack, so that way I can just go for those good OTKs. But being able to swing in that one check with the GrandisKuwagamon is very nice because I put my opponent at 4 security. Now I could potentially swing in with this other GrandisKuwagamon X right now. That will put my opponent at 3 security, and GrandisKuwagamon, what it really does most of the time is Digiburst 4 sources, giving it security attack +2, giving it the ability to swing for 3 checks, end of attack, unsuspend, and then swing once again. So chipping my opponent down to 3 sets me up to go in for that GrandisKuwagamon play. So swing in right there, then going to be another green memory boost coming out, searching out that Okuamon. Again, just trying to find the pieces, but also my opponent isn't playing any memory blockers, and so being able to set up the green memory boost is going to allow me just to go for my combo whenever I have all the pieces ready. But my opponent is definitely looking for some pieces themselves. They definitely want that metallic Dramon. Yes, it is a blocker when it digivolves up, but that's not really what you're looking for because most of the time Grandis is piercing. What you want is to prevent me from being able to digivolve on top of unsuspended Digimon, and Metallic Dramon does do that pretty well. It stops me from getting up into things like Okuamon X, GrandisKuwagamon, any of my pieces, and it slows me down for a turn. It makes the plays a little bit more awkward while also being able to develop something on the board that could be influential with that Metallic Dramon Mega. But starting to just build up in the back right now, and gonna go with that second Hina, which can definitely help them speed up their deck, and it really slows me down a bit because a lot of the times I may want to pass turns being able to just drop a rookie, but now if I do that my opponent gains that extra memory, so it is a bit more awkward here. So gonna go for that green memory boost so that way I can go for Okuamon in the back, and then I want to play out the Mimi. This is gonna allow me to either have a hybrid for game that I can pair with that green memory boost, or it allows me to just hatch in the back if I promote and want to have something in the back if I don't have that hybrid. But now here comes that Metallic Dramon. Like I said, this is going to be a bit annoying because now I can't digivolve unsuspended Digimon, so really promoting here isn't going to do too much for me. So I am going to play the green memory boost, just get a little bit more search going, and I am going to be able to grab that Grandis. So now I definitely have the combo in hand, so I am just going to digivolve up in the raising because there's not really too much else to do. I don't have a great way to pass turn if I don't just digivolve up, so we are just going to go for the Kuwagamon X in the back for free, and then go for that GrandisKuwagamon. We're gonna have to digivolve for the 3 because we won't get the effect because we are in raising, but that is fine because I am still able to build up and next turn digiburst and then go into the Grandis, and that's gonna put a ton of pressure on my opponent because they know that Grandis is there from the green memory boost. So I will be able to promote digiburst, be able to gain security attack +2, be able to still have piercing because the Okuamon, and then the Grandis will have the end of attack unsuspend. So unless there is something in security that can delete me, whether that be hard removal or just something that's going to be bigger than my stack, which is close to impossible, I'm pretty sure, because with the Grandis I'll be at 16k, plus I digiburst the Yokomon egg to go to 18k, so it'd have to be some sort of removal option card or something that will just be able to pass my turn, like memory gain maybe, but I don't think that's going to happen because I will be at 3 memory no matter what. I have the 2 green memory boosts, so regardless I'm going to be in a pretty good spot. I could tap the Mimi right here in case I do get deleted in security, but I want to save it for the hybrid just in case. So we are just going to swing the 3 checks and see if there is any removal, but we just hit some Digimon, so I'm going to be able to unsuspend and swing in for game, taking the first game. But now moving on into game 2, my opponent will be having me go first, so I will be able to get that normal just 1 to Digivolve choke with Grandis, which is something I really do like about the deck. Not a lot of decks Digivolve for 1 like we used to back in the day, but being able to just choke your opponent at 1 at the start of the game feels so effective because your opponent usually has to end up giving you maybe 2-3 memory. But coming back into my turn, I am just going to promote the Weedmon and play the Mimi because I can't build up, and so I need to cycle the cards that are in my hand. So being able to next turn hatch, be able to get the rookie and back, be able to go into another champion will be effective to get a little bit of cycle going, and there's a pretty small chance that my Weedmon does get deleted as far as what's on board unless they play an option card, which they are going to go for the Crimson Blaze, which will delete my Weedmon, which is slightly unfortunate, but it's not that big of a deal because I was just going to swing in and sack it off. But like we talked about in the first game, being able to get those chips is relatively important, but I think it's more important that I'm able to build up a stack, and so I had to promote there, get that cycle. As we see, I still don't have an Akuamon. I had to put that Metal Kabuterimon on there to get more draw, and then just went straight for the Akuamon X, which will still allow me to get up into my Megas, but now I don't have the piercing potential. But since my opponent doesn't have any Digimon on the board currently, it doesn't matter too much if I do decide to go in for game this turn. And so I'm going to promote out, and if I'm promoting out, that is a good chance that you know that your opponent is going to be going in for game. But the thing is I tap my Mimi and I don't have the blue memory boost, so I don't have a way to actually win the game this turn, like go for a hybrid or anything, but I can do some pretty good damage by swinging again the 3 checks, being able to unsuspend and swing 3 checks, do hit into another Hina, so my opponent is going to be able to gain a couple extra memory this turn. So I'm just going to do what Grandis do best and minimize that by Digivolving for 1 and putting my opponent at 1. They will be able to gain the 2 from the Hina since I do have that Digimon now, and they could promote up. They could potentially get up into their ultimate and then go up into their Mega, but unless they're able to delete here, I don't know how effective that'll be. I'll still be at 16 with Grandis on my turn, and I do have the ability to suspend at my end of attack, so I could potentially suspend something here, but they do have that Volcanic Dramon, which is going to be able to delete my Grandis, but they don't have blocker, so I just promote and swing in, and that's going to take it. And unfortunately, Dragon Linkz not going to be having too good of a matchup versus Grandis, but again, I was still happy to get some coverage of this deck on the channel because this is not one that I see too often, so I had to try to get some matches in, but we did get paired up, and as we can see, the Grandis matchup was not in its favor unless you do add in some cards like removal option cards outside of that Crimson Blaze. But if I am able to get some more coverage of this deck in the future, I will definitely bring it to you all. But with that being said, if you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will catch you next time. I hope you have a fantastic day. Peace out.